And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Tempo. 18. Shot. 380. 18.
Again, Wilson. And the tight end Dixon left side. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Shotgun.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But 2nd down instead. That his first incompletion after a 4 for 4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
On 2nd down, here's Penning. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The linebacker, Derek Johnson, in on the stop.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Open man, it's Vanette. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, powers through it. And room there to work it inside the 25. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
56, the mic, boys. Big jumbo.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penning. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th. On now, Sebastian Janikowski against his former team. He's the all-time leading scorer in Raider history. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10, right at the 30.
Here we go. 7:34.
Carr now on 1st down. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there. Carr to Cooper, 48 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Hey, we got four down. Hey, Purdue. 87's getting the ball. 87's getting the ball.
On 1st down, Carr out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. He's to the 10 and down to the 7-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
No surprise watching Marshawn Lynch scatter bodies as he runs, but I remember doing games of his at Cal, and I remember the moves, the jump cuts, the elusiveness, as well as the strength.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a first down. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got it first and goal at the 7. They'll run with Lynch. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they can get bunches.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Single. Be ready for one word. Be ready for
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. And the safety, Carl Joseph's there to knock that one away.
When I checked in with my trusted spies about Carl Joseph and how he improved while he was at West Virginia, they kept coming back to, you knew he was a tackler, you knew he was a hitter, but my goodness, his coverage ability just got better and better, and we just saw a great example of that. There he was in man coverage, knocking a pass away.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And look who, the former Seahawk first-round pick, Bruce Irvin. Able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. This is brought in at the 21. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So out come the Raiders. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. Throwing on first down is Carr. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. A gain of 32 that time. Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. That's caught at the 3. No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Lynch, the lone man in the backfield now on 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Lynch. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Single receiver. Hey,
29.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back here right after this. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And out now come the Seahawks. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and they're going to face a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. It's caught right side, Dixon. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now Wilson on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Wilson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is fielded at the 7. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 7-32.
On play action, it's Carr. And Nelson's got it here right side. First down Raiders, the former Packer Jordy Nelson on the receiving end from Carr.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Get set, get set. Heavy. Check. Watch 54.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
Get set.
And Justin Coleman brings him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Amendola with a catch. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Carr now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. Middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's brought down after a good gain. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Intended that time for Cooper. That'll bring up 2nd down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Nazaire Jones there on the tackle.
Hurry, get set, fellas. Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right. Where's your hot?
They'll run again with Lynch. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's Carr to throw. And he finds Clark. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Express! Where's your hot?
On 1st and 10, Carr lets it go for Nelson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jordy Nelson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline, because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
He lets it fly for Rocket, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away.
And the Raiders have got him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Throwing is Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Now here's Michael Dixon. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. It's taken to the 26. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Express!
From midfield, here's Carr. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Carr now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
637. Back. One, Raider one.
First down, the run with Lynch. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Nazir Jones with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. Dancing to his left. Over the middle, complete. That's Nelson. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Around the NFL, they've gone to the 3rd in Cleveland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex, and maybe try and fashion together a drive.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Take forever, okay? Let's go, 14.
On 2nd down, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Rashawn Melvin that time able to make the play.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
They have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. Now Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Welcome back now here in London.
Come on, tempo.
Penny, a first down carry. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Hey, over here, over here. Don't let 89 go deep, whatever you do.
This time, Wilson will throw. And Dixon over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Hey, easy. Check 51. Check 51.
On first down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Petty. And they'll get him down right around the 16. On the stop is Sharice Wright.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On second down, here's Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
In search of 8 yards on third down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got Lockett. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Step, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Out to kick is Janikowski. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all in.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Marshawn Lynch scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Khalil Mack in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Good, good. 4 down, 4 down. In and out. Let's go, let's go.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. It's caught, Lockett, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The result of 1st down is a quick slant gets them 14.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes
pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Go. What's that?
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's
thicker the